Truth or dare moments nobody ever recovered from.
I dare you to tell me these stories.
Trigger warning, some of these are gonna get gross. And by the way, this first story comes from Decrypt Keeper. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Angie.
I'm Keon.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we do. So let us know what you would do in the comments. And Opie says,
I double dog dare you.
at age 18, while at a friend's house digging around looking for a lighter, he finds an adult toy in his single dad's room. It was one of those hot pink sparkly toys with the rabbit thing on
I
it.
almost spat out my water.
Oh my
Rabbit
God.
thing? What? Something that didn't really seem like a guy toy. And it was in the spare nightstand, so we assumed maybe an old girlfriend's or something. Fast forward a few weeks later, his dad is out of town. There are a few of us over playing Truth or Dare, and I dared him to do something to his dad's.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's actually diabolical of you.
That's crazy.
That's like, you're weird.
Yeah,
You're
that's,
weird.
That's a line. That's
like a line you should never have crossed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Daring someone to do some sort of spicy act doesn't sound totally legal.
Yeah. and not only that, but a step further to a thing that you know their parent used.
Yes. Gross.
At first, his face turned 10 shades of red, embarrassed in front of everyone else, but then he manned up,
No way!
No.
grabbed it with a Ziploc bag worn like a glove, then rubbed some cut...
No! No! No!
Then rubbed some cut open habanero peppers all over it.
Oh. Like not use the toy, but like sabotage.
Sabotage the toy. You could send your, like, whoever's using that to the hospital. Do you know how bad? Have you ever gotten a pepper burn?
I mean, when I've eaten peppers.
Like on your hands though.
Oh no.
So the juices from sometimes when be careful when you're cutting up peppers, because the first time and only time that I've ever gotten it, the juices will get on your hands and they literally burn. Like you have a burning sensation that you can't wash off, and you have to just like keep putting your hands in milk, Dawn dish soap, and it doesn't go away for like hours.
Oh my God.
It is one of the worst sensations ever because it's just constant burning and you can't get rid of it.
And feeling that in your hoo-ha?
Yeah.
And that's got to, besides that, but also like the infections that you can get from that.
Yes.
So
Oh my God.
I'm
These
confused
people are evil.
where the plastic bag came in.
Well, he
he
just
was
didn't
wearing it
want
on
to
his
touch-
hand.
yeah.
Oh, I see.
This was a Friday night and his dad was supposed to be back Saturday. Saturday night rolls around and he, our other friend, and myself are all at his house. Quietly, as the one sneaking in and I have been drinking, this was roughly 8 p.m.-ish. As the other friend and I stood in the driveway, we hear the most god-awful, blood-curdling scream.
No.
Oh, the type of scream that sounds like someone had been unalived. We dash in just in time to meet our friend in the hallway as he flies into his dad's room. His mom, dad's ex-wife, is on the floor, butt naked, curled up in a ball, screaming her head off.
No way.
Oh my God.
This is genuinely like,
This is crime.
this is a
Yeah.
crime.
We're
like,
hearing
you
about
just admitted
crime.
to a crime. You're complicit in a crime.
That's insane.
Apparently, his mom and dad had been screwing around behind the family's back. A hospital trip followed, and after spending the night in the ER, not knowing what the F happened, they ended up coming out in the open, getting back together, and then remarried. Okay.
So
Well, that's cool.
terrible. I don't
Brought
even know.
them back together?
Yeah, they were living a lie and you caught them in the act, and then now they're remarried. So
Okay. That was 12 years ago, and they're still together. For their wedding present, I gave them a jar of habaneros that
You're
they
messed
still
up.
don't understand to this
Nah.
day.
you're messed up.
I'm gonna tell them.
You're
I'm
evil.
gonna
You're
tattle.
evil.
I'm a tattle.
I'm gonna tattle right now. I'm like so angry for that woman.
I'm so angry for her.
That's
What?
insane.
Just like, that's like you're a psycho.
Yeah. It's like, and then the fact that you're just like laughing about it.
You're like, ha, shucks the shock.
Yeah.
Time to get habanero peppers up the booty hole.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the fact that you don't feel any
No
like
remorse. You were in high school. That's also like too old.
They're 18. They were like 18, right? Yeah.
Or 18. Yeah. That's too old.
Oh my God.
To think that was okay.
Isn't that like a case of showing that you are a psychopath?
It's gotta be.
I feel like, I mean, OP didn't do it,
Sure.
But so it's kind of like a two-sided coin here. One, he suggested the thing, so that was just weird. But like the son for doing that?
Yeah. Also, because the dare was just to do something to it.
Yes.
So who came up with the idea to put peppers on it?
Hey, the son, the dad's son. You did that to your mom. I hope you're guilty.
I hope you
forever.
never are with a woman ever in your life.
Umbran Scale says, I once got dared by 2 women in a bar to follow them out back for something special. I ain't effing dance, so I ran out the front entrance as far away as possible. Ain't no hussy stealing my kidneys. Charlie, this feels like some old man's like, I know what you're planning. I'm not gonna be tricked by your feminine wiles. Get out of here, you Jezebel.
I hear about the harlots stealing kidneys all the time. They're running rampant in our town.
Yikes. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
well.
they didn't get you this time.
Good for you.
There are people out there who will, like, if they get called chicken or like yellow belly or like dared, and they're like, yeah, I'll do it. Like nothing in my brain will stop me. Like I will go to that measure.
What's your best thing that you were dared to do?
I can't remember. It's always like call your ex or like text your ex. Something
Boring.
Like that. Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, no, that's boring. And also, no. I can't think of anything crazy that stands out right now.
The only thing that I know is this was in this past year. Me, my boyfriend, and some other, Dakota was there, and then some other of our friends were waiting at this place in K-Town for dinner, and it was like an hour wait, so we're all just like outside.
I know exactly where.
Yeah, I probably told this story.
Yeah.
But I'll tell it again for this because it's relevant.
Yeah.
And we're all waiting outside, and we're playing this game called What Are the Odds? So if you haven't played, it's basically what are the odds you would eat a habanero pepper, for example, and then the other person would say like out of 10 or something, and then you pick a number out of 10, and then on 3 you guys say a number, and if you say the same number, then whoever you're daring has to do the dare. So we're going around and we're like having fun, and then our friend who's inside going to the bathroom, he comes out and he's like, dude, like I just heard this girl tell this guy that like she thought he had a really nice, or she heard that he had a really nice like wiener, and he was, so he tells us this, and we're like, oh my God, what are the odds that you go back and tell him that you heard that he has a really nice wiener? Oh my God. And he's like, 1 out of, I think he says 1 out of 20 or something. And so we do like, do 1, doesn't get it.
Okay.
And so then we go down to our next friend and we're like, what are the odds? He's like 1 out of 15. Doesn't get it. And then we're like, oh, okay, you're not doing it. And then they go to me and they're like, okay, what are the odds that you go tell this other random guy who's just sitting there like by himself, like wearing headphones, that like you think that he has a nice wiener? And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. And they're like, you have to. Yeah. Those are the rules. I'm like, I'm not doing that. And they're peer pressuring me. And finally they're like, okay, fine. I'm like, okay, 1 out of 20. And they're like, no, we already did that. You have to go 1 out of 10. I'm like, what?
Oh my God.
So like, oh, fine. And so we go 3, 2, 1, 4. I'm like, no. And this is my worst nightmare.
Yeah.
So I'm like, my face is so red. I'm like, ah. And so I run up to this guy and I go, excuse me, I heard that you have a nice wiener. And he goes, what? And I'm like, sorry, I'm doing a dare. He goes, what? And I run away. And then later on in the night, I'm just incredibly embarrassed. We've eaten all of our food, and we're standing up to go, and he comes back.
No.
And I figured out that this guy works there. It just didn't like the uniform didn't look like it.
Yeah.
But he works there, and he comes over and he's like, hey, you go to this climbing gym, right?
No, it just keeps getting worse.
And I was like, yeah. Bye.
Oh my gosh.
So that's my dare story.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Did you ever repeat the question to him? Like, I heard you had a nice wiener to him?
He heard it. He heard it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. He was like, what?
Yeah. Have you ever seen him
different.
since at the climbing gym?
No.
Well, good.
Yeah. Fortunately not.
I feel like you gotta just like own it.
Yeah.
Just be like, it's what I hear.
It's what I hear.
I don't care to like confirm.
Yeah. Currently I'm
Right.
taken.
Right. Just letting you know that's the rumor going around you if you want to put a stop to it or something, just in case it was false.
Yeah. If you want to, can you confirm or deny?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible. I thought you were gonna do like 1 out of 100 or something.
Well, I tried.
Oh yeah.
I tried. They talked me down to less.
No.
But alas.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Swamp Swamp
Say it.
P word. Swamp Ussy says, I was at a sleepover birthday party for a girl in my class when we were about 13 or 14. Her parents were cool about giving us our teenager space, so her mom went upstairs to her bedroom to watch TV and left us downstairs in the living room. Her father took her younger siblings, 4 and 8 years old, out for something that I don't remember, possibly ice cream or a treat since they weren't allowed to hang out with us. Anyway, truth or dare commences, and eventually someone dares the birthday girl to go out and flash the next car that comes by.
Oh, gosh.
100% that's going to be your dad.
Totally.
Just 100%.
It's got to be.
So we all put on our shoes and run out to her front lawn to wait for a car. She lived on a rural road with no street lamps, so we waited a few minutes in the dark, giggling before we saw anything. As soon as one of us spots a car, we all hide behind some bushes, and the B-Day girl walks out to the side of the road. As the car gets to the prime flashing spot, she steps into view and fulfills her dare wholeheartedly.
Oh, no.
We're all laughing and squealing like maniacs until we see the suddenly very familiar van pull into her driveway.
No.
The B-Day girl is still standing by the road with a look of horror on her face, and we all realize she just flashed her dad and younger siblings. Yeah, the game stopped after that. Is that the worst thing ever for that young girl? Yes.
Yeah.
But also, is that the best thing that could have happened in that scenario for her safety-wise?
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what if it was just some random guy and then they pulled
At
over
night?
and with this poor teenager?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I would be worried about.
Honestly, yeah. That's really funny.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, that is like classic teenager stuff
Classic.
that you hear about.
Yeah, classic teen girl party.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, what?
I never did this, actually.
Well, I never did that either, but it feels like what would be in
It feels like it
movies.
would be.
The vibe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the vibe.
It's like not what I ever experienced, but
Yeah. I never did that.
Yeah. Adequate Steve says, one of the popular girls in my high school admitted to regularly pooping in her hand.
What? Like a sure.
She's doing the
She's
full-on
a
monkey.
She took truth and was asked to tell an embarrassing secret or something like that. I would never have admitted that.
See, that's when you lie. That's when you say,
you
I
lie.
can't think of anything.
Yeah, I just don't think I have any.
I don't have anything like that.
She was one of the popular girls too. So you would be like, no, I'm too popular for
It's
that. I'm
like,
too cool for that.
Right. Or you make something stupid up. Like,
Yeah.
well, I guess there was one time where I like put my gum on the railing. You know what I mean? On the other side of the railing. That was really gross. I
Boring.
feel really bad about that.
Yeah.
But like, that's
This is terrible.
something you only tell a therapist.
I just don't understand when people are like, your soul is not binded to the contracts of truth or dare.
Yes, that's true.
You want to do that.
It's so true, guys.
Like
this
they're
is
like, I have to do the
This-
dare.
this
I
is a
have
life-
to tell the truth. I'm like,
Yeah,
no, you
my,
don't.
my life is on the line if I don't do this a truth or dare.
Especially with the truths. I'm like, you could just
Right.
lie.
You could so easily lie.
I don't understand it. I never understood it.
That is crazy.
She said that she was always embarrassed whenever there was a splashing sound in the toilet when she went to go to the bathroom.
What?
So
Oh my
she'd
God.
do it in her hand and then slide it quietly into the water.
That can't be more embarrassing than telling this story right now.
You shake people's hands.
The sound of you pooing into a toilet, like every human on this earth, cannot be more embarrassing than you telling someone that you've had your crap in your hands pretty much every time you poop in public.
Just poop in general.
I'd never touch her hand again.
And
Never.
she decided to tell somebody this?
Yeah. Say goodbye to shaking hands. Say goodbye to having anyone touch her food at a potluck.
No.
High fives.
Done.
High fives out the window.
Done. Anything.
You're gone.
Borrowing clothes, letting her borrow anything.
You're
And you're always remembered for this.
You're the
Yes.
poop hand girl.
Yeah.
No
No
one-
one's ever going to forget that.
Oh, I'm never going to forget this.
I will never forget this.
I will always remember the OP, whoever this person is about,
That's crazy.
or this story is about.
Sorry, I'm not trying to bully you or anything, but that's
I mean,
But sometimes
am.
people need just a
kidding.
little bit.
I am
You need to know how embarrassing your things are sometimes.
Yeah.
To know that you need to never do that ever again.
I agree.
And then, 20 years by and you can be like, I was just a kid when that happened.
And then you lower the age.
Yeah, exactly. You lower the age to be like, no, I was like a child.
Yeah.
I was like 7.
I was like 6. I was 6 years old when I did this.
It was like so bad when I did it, but it's over, guys.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
She went from being a popular girl to being the hand poop girl pretty quick.
Yeah.
Reply says, funny, she was embarrassed enough of pooping to do that, but not embarrassed to tell it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
I don't even think Regina George would be popular enough to outlive that.
No one's popular enough.
You bring anything like that into the public domain.
Like,
that's too much, man.
Celebrity headline like TMZ. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
That's like no one would even believe it.
Yeah.
If you started that rumor about someone.
No.
Because how
They'd be like,
crazy
"That's
it
insane."
is.
Wed Singer 29 says, when I was about 15 years old, my high school soccer team had a co-ed girls-guys team spaghetti dinner that turned into a co-ed sleepover.
It's always those spaghetti dinners that turn into crazy things after.
Maybe about 6 guys and 5 girls. We ended up taking a bottle of really cheap Mr. Bustin vodka from this kid's parents, and all of us began drinking much faster than 15-year-olds should.
Yikes.
Not good. Where are the parents? That's what I'm always wondering in these
Where'd you
stories.
get the Mr. Boston?
They're probably just, taking some shots for themselves.
Yeah, they're upstairs taking shots.
Yeah, I mean, whoever owns a Mr. Boston, because I looked it up, it's one of like those plastic ones.
Yeah.
That's when you know it's just bad.
What, like it's in a plastic bottle?
It's a plastic handle, yeah.
Oh.
They're like the cheap ones.
Well, yeah, they're 15.
But whoever has that just laying around the house.
Yeah, it was their
Oh,
parents.
that's true. Their parents. Yeah,
Their parents are
they
cheap, too.
decided to buy that.
I was beginning to feel pretty nauseous, but was determined to stay in the game of truth or dare that we had started. I was then dared to kiss the bare cheek of one of the more crude chicks on the girls' team. As I pressed my lips to her cheek, she thought it would be hilarious to grab the back of my head and rip
a fart
right in my face.
The OG way of getting pink eye.
That's
Ew.
crazy.
Also, just like, I don't understand how people aren't embarrassed.
Yeah, I feel like it's embarrassed to do that.
Yeah. The heat and smell were too much for my stomach to bear, and as I pulled away, I barfed all over her back and butt. And she deserved that.
Yeah, she totally does.
That's on her.
I was scared that you would just like throw up on her in the kiss.
No.
But she did that.
She did that. That's her fault.
That's totally her fault.
She was the butt of the joke.
I would like, wrestle and like fight with my brother when we were kids and stuff, just like, how kids do.
Sure.
There was one time where he farted on me. I thought that was like the most unforgivable thing ever. I cannot believe that he did that to me.
Like a cardinal sin.
Yeah, I was like, that is the most disgusting thing I've ever thought to experience.
It's terrible.
And now Riley does it to you all the time.
Yeah, and I hate it.
And it's bad every time.
It's bad.
Yes, I agree.
But yeah, so I can't even imagine doing that to someone else.
And then vomiting.
It's so embarrassing.
Yeah, I hate that.
I hate that.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Bodehuman says, I was at a truth or dare party in college. It was a truth or dare party? The whole party was truth or dare themed?
I am not going to that party.
That is a dangerous location.
Party.
Dangerous party to be at.
Everyone pays $5 to get in and gets the same allotment of Monopoly money.
Cute.
You bet people to do things and accept bets, and whoever has the most at the end of the night got to keep the door. Got to keep the door? Oh, probably like the door entry money.
Yeah.
Greatest party ever.
Honestly, that is a fun concept.
Should we do that?
I'm not going to lie, that is actually a really fun concept.
I just dared girls to make out with me all night. I'd hate that. Okay.
College kids. Because you can say, I think what's nice about this situation is that you can say no and you can keep your money.
Yeah, that's true. That's
you know what
true.
I mean?
Okay, you know what? You're right.
Yeah.
No.
So that's what I like about this setup.
Yeah.
I don't know if I was like, if a girl did that to me at a party or vice versa, I'd be like, counter offer. I dare you to F off. Here's more money.
There you go. Yeah.
Until I ran out of money, so I had to accept a couple dares. Someone dared this other guy to eat a zebra cake off my butt and dared me to drop trow and allow him to. I figured I'm not eating
Drop
it.
trow's
No big deal.
crazy.
It wasn't that terrible, but it did get my butt all sticky.
What?
You didn't like get a napkin?
No,
These are-
you gotta,
yeah,
it's
these-
off the butt.
yeah,
not
these-
off
these
the
are-
napkin.
yeah, these are
I mean,
college
like,
kids.
Wipe it off with
Oh, yeah,
I feel
that's
like
true.
you could have been like, I dare you to go get me like a napkin and clean this up.
Yeah, exactly.
Clean me up. Aftercare.
There you go.
I also felt like I couldn't really complain because of what the other guy had to do.
That's such a funny concept.
Yeah.
That is like asking someone, like, I dare you to lick my toes.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Ooh,
well, yeah.
That's so much worse.
No,
to me.
exactly. It's so, no, I agree.
Ooh.
It's so much worse.
Yeah.
But it's like, both people are still involved in that.
It's true.
It could be bad for both of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The person licking or the person getting licked. I mean, that both of them sounds pretty awful. So it's kind of like, I don't know. You still got a cake licked up off your booty. So I don't know.
You know, to
You
some
were an
people,
active
that's not even a truth or dare. That's just a delicacy.
That's just,
It's just a regular Friday night.
That's just a day that
Some
ends in
people.
Y for them. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's just, he was like so unfazed by that.
He's like, yeah, I don't know. I kissed a
He's
couple
like, zebra cake?
girls.
I was kind of into it. Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, I
I'll
don't
accept
know.
that dare. M. Geaton says, not truth or dare, but never have I ever. A group of about 10 of us were playing I Never as a drinking game during a poker party. One of my friends, Brittany, had brought her new boyfriend with her. He seemed like a nice guy, very clean cut, and a little boring perhaps, but a nice guy nonetheless.
Here we
He
go.
hadn't taken but 2 or 3 swigs of his adult soda after a couple of rotations, while most of my friends were on their 2nd or 3rd drink. My friend Ginny started the next round. Never have I ever run from the cops after committing a crime.
I guarantee you this guy slowly pans or like unalive pans to that person.
Yeah.
And he does like one of the, it's either they clap
Yeah.
or
He
they
goes,
take down the finger.
Yeah.
he goes,
Right.
what crimes did you commit?
Oh.
All around the circle, bottles were slowly raised to lips as 10, 20-somethings smiled shamefully at memories of some long-forgotten party, or youthful mistake, or narrowly avoided confrontation with the law. All except one bottle. The bottle belonging to Brittany's young DPD police officer date.
Wait.
Well, what is he gonna do?
He's like,
He's like, you're all arrested. You're all under arrest right now.
Yeah.
I know you're all of legal age currently, but I'm
Right.
arresting
I'm
you for
gonna-
past
I'm
crimes.
going to give you a reason to put a finger down.
I'm going to be a narc right now.
He left the party shortly thereafter, scowling. Oh, come on, dude.
That's just a party pooper.
Come on.
Come
They're not even
on.
doing it right now.
I guess he's never ran from the cops.
I guess not.
Just not on duty,
He's like,
my guy.
I just feel really left out. Okay. If he'd had legal reasons for running our licenses for warrants, I'm pretty sure he would have.
Jeez.
Reply, he sounds like a D-bag. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, freaking party pooper.
Yeah.
You're off duty.
Also, I feel like Never Have I Ever and Truth or Dare are games that you play with like single people.
I agree.
You know?
I think it depends on like the games or
Yeah.
the questions
It,
because
Yes.
it depends the people it depends the people you're with. I feel like truth or dare, it just depends. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know. It
'cause-
feels like it's like,
because I feel like a lot of the questions that go around with it are dating related.
yeah.
So it's kind of like, you know, I definitely played that more like in high school when it's like
You want
haven't
like,
done much,
exactly.
but and then everyone else is like trying new things. You know what I
You're
mean?
like,
And
who
like,
did that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I've played it since high school.
It just doesn't feel like a very, I don't know.
I never really did truth or dare. I did
Maybe
more,
Never Have I Ever is less of a, like that's more of like a universal
You're just
thing
kind of
that you
finding
play.
out about
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like Truth or Dare feels much more like
It's
a-
more intense. Like,
Yeah.
I dare you to do something physical, or like,
Yeah, it
oh, I
usually
dare you to
does-
tell whoever you have a crush here.
exactly.
Or something.
And
yeah.
if you're all
Right.
you
Yeah.
know, in a relationship, it's like, okay,
This is
like,
well, we can't do
yeah.
most of these things.
Yeah,
it's giving me
you don't want
the perks of being a wallflower scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See? Shouldn't have played that. He was in a relationship.
Kiss the prettiest girl in the room.
A prettiest person. Oh wait, no, it was prettiest girl. Yeah, and then he kissed Emma Watson.
Yeah.
Dang.
Wow.
Should watch that movie again.
Logan Lerman.
Yeah, I watched it once, but I don't.
It's a sad
I
movie.
think I fell asleep, so I don't remember too much from it.
It's a sad movie.
Yeah.
Sad but great movie.
Deleted says, we 3 guys and 3 girls. That's what was in my head. We're all not at this chick's house.
In your head was an old man, an old
Yes.
man just about to tell a riddle.
Oh no, like we 3 kings.
I was thinking like you're about to like say some prophecy or something.
3 guys and 3 girls
Yeah.
shall venture into our basement.
That little man is just living in your head. I can see it.
He's always there. And I got dared to go, mash my wiener and junk up against her parents' bedroom window.
What?
Granted, it's like 1 a.m. and the whole house is completely dark, so I thought it would be no big deal. get out of the hot tub, run over to the window, drop my suit, smash my junk up against the window for a few moments. Then, in the reflective light of the pool, I catch a glimpse of her parents sitting right inside the window, watching us from inside. They're like,
oh my God.
Oh, look at the moon. The moon's looking so nice out.
it's like that moment in The Simpsons when Bart is like, he does this like, he's like riding a skateboard naked around town, and then he lands
on
trips and he lands on the window, and they're like,
oh. I'm just imagining too the parents being super calm, like,
they're like
watching TV or something like that, and like all of a sudden this kid runs up like and then just like mashes up against the window. They're just
they're like, oh, the kids are like having so much fun out there. I wonder what they're doing.
Just there it is, as if it's like a bird that just ran into the building.
Like, oh, not again.
It's like
They didn't even blink, just watched me. It was effing terrifying. Like, I saw them for a split second as the light passed over the glass just inches away from my mashed up junk on the other side of the window. Something from a horror movie. I gasped and ran back to the hot tub, got back in, and just sat there in complete silence. A couple minutes later, her dad comes outside laughing, hands me an adult soda, and then reminisces with all of us for a minute about the crazy crap he did when he was a
oh, okay.
kid. Worked out.
That's the best thing that he could have done.
Yeah, he's like, dude, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
He's like, you know how many times I've done that to my wife?
Yeah, don't you worry. We goes way back.
We were all kids pushing our junk up against a parent's window once in our lives.
Those were the days. I've never felt a shock like I did when I saw their faces. It still haunts me sometimes, but it all turned out better than expected. I was 25.
Okay.
Oh,
that
kids do
things.
the darnest things.
That's crazy. That's like, imagine Riley going up to
I can't imagine Riley doing that. That's the thing.
That's the thing. I feel like after a certain age, doing truth or dare stuff like this, just not as fun.
You lose the innocence.
You lose, you lose the
exactly.
plausible deniability that you get from being
like,
young.
Oh, I was just a kid doing stupid stuff.
Yeah.
No, you were 32. Like, no, you're
an adult.
paying a mortgage.
The thing is, I
you
feel
can
like
vote.
I feel like Riley would do this without even being dared. He'd be like, guys, look at this. Was that funny?
I don't know if we would go that far.
Let me.
Yeah.
We should ask him.
Yeah, especially not to my parents. Holy crap.
Mom, fly me home, giant swan, says, went to visit family in Hawaii with a friend. I had met a guy through Instagram from Hawaii, and he agreed to fly over from a neighboring island for the day. He took us cliff diving and then went to a hotel bar for drinks. We started to play Truth or Dare, and my friend dared him to propose to me to get free drinks. I immediately said no, since I had only met him that day, and he didn't feel comfortable doing the dare. We move on and keep on playing the game. Honestly, that's like a pretty tame dare.
Yeah, that's so easy to do. Hey, Sophia, will you marry me?
Yes.
There you go.
There you go.
Easy.
Let's go get free drinks.
Now I get free drink.
I knew someone who did this in college, and they actually had like a fake wedding.
Oh, dang.
Like
That's
yeah.
so funny.
I'm
Yeah.
just imagining like the fake photoshopped wedding
Yeah,
pictures.
literally.
They're like, see? Look.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, fun.
He eventually said he had to use the restroom and left. 20 minutes go by and he didn't come back.
Stop it. So he actually wanted to propose to you for real.
He's like, ha ha.
That would be so crazy.
Insane. At this point, I thought he had gotten uncomfortable by the dare and left, which was a bummer because I liked him.
Well, good for you. He likes you too. We
Why
just
didn't
know
you
it.
say yes?
Yeah. A while later, he comes back with a beautiful pearl ring and proposes. Stop it. Where'd he get that ring? The lady next to us starts crying and we got free drinks.
Oh, okay. So he's just like, okay, I need to do this, but I gotta do this for real.
Yeah, he's like, I can't go halfway with this.
Yeah, come on. No one's gonna believe us if you don't have a ring.
Yeah.
I've been having this ring saved for you this whole time. Let me go do it.
Yeah, it might be fake, but I'm not cheap.
Yeah.
We're still friends, and I laugh every time I think of this story. Why aren't you married?
I think you guys for real need to be married.
Be married.
Yeah.
This is not a good story anymore.
It's not a good story. We need our rom-com. Give it to us.
Now, B Texas says, I got dared to answer the door and pay for the pizza we ordered completely unclothed.
That's like...
I don't like that.
That's illegal.
Yeah.
that's
I don't
crime.
like that.
Also, that's like a thing I've heard of.
Yeah.
We talked about it earlier.
We were talking
yeah.
about there was another like instance where this woman either opened the door or it was already open and there was a guy in there like unclothed and then she tried to sue him.
Like
Yeah.
she walked
Yeah.
into his house, delivered the food,
Yeah.
and
Wow.
then like I think he just fell asleep.
Yeah.
Wow.
The doorbell rings. I strip down quickly and I grab the cash to pay for the pizza. But the pizza guy was not waiting at the door. It was the mom of one of the girls at the party. She had come to pick up her early only to find me at the door unclothed. Her husband was a church minister.
Oh, no.
You're like, what happened?
They're like, shoot.
Oh,
my
no.
clothes.
Then you go full Emperor's New Clothes with this one. And you say, well, only the ones who are terrible at the job and sinners, actually, can't see my clothes.
Yeah, you should be able to see them if you're pure of heart.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't get the memo? We're all, it's a party.
Yeah.
Right.
The party ended pretty quickly when she called all the other parents, and they were called to pick up their kids. Good times.
How old were they at that point?
Presumably minors.
Young enough to have their parents pick them up.
But
honestly,
like,
yeah.
what?
If my kids are at this party and they're daring things like that, I do not want my kid hanging out with those people anymore.
Nor do I.
Oh
You're
my
gone.
goodness.
And also, thank God it was like a mom of the other kid, because you could have gotten like sued. Or like your parents, you got arrested.
No, totally. Because
Indecency,
if they're minors, their parents would totally be in trouble.
Yeah,
if
absolutely.
the minors were answering the door, I mean, I was taught to never answer the door, period.
Yes.
As a kid.
Yeah.
Answering it naked to a random pizza guy and you're a child?
Yeah.
That's terrible.
No.
That's terrible.
Deleted says, dare to eat a mystery spoonful. To this day, I have no idea how they fit so many disgusting things in one teaspoon.
Oh my God.
Rabid Scaby says, I got dared to use a zip line that nobody had likely touched in decades. Scary. So we climbed up a mountain well wasted in the middle of the night, found out that my friend was not BSing and that it actually did exist, used our zip on it, and sailed over a 1,500-foot drop. And then the thought occurred to me that I had no way of getting back. And I hadn't even brought a flashlight with me and had absolutely no knowledge of the part of the mountain I was on. So I was basically stood in place for 7 hours or so.
Oh my gosh, just waiting for the sun to come up?
That's terrifying. Or for someone to like come grab them.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Mountain lions, snakes, bugs.
Smart of OP to not wander off though.
Yeah.
To just stay there.
Especially too, because I'm wondering too, like if you could go to the bottom and just like follow it, but with trees and animals and stuff, I mean, you're probably not, it's not safe. But also too, how did the friends not try to look for him? If I dared my friend to go on some sketchy zipline that no one has been on and they don't come back?
Yeah, no, like immediately after, I'm imagining them all being like, this is crazy. They just went down the zipline. How did they get back?
How long do you think that zipline is? You should probably...
Where's the end?
And then it's like those videos where it's like, I get caught stuck like scrolling on TikTok when I meant to call the cops. You know what I mean? And they're like, oh shoot, they're just all doom scrolling after that. That's why they left him.
The other day, not calling 911, but I was like, I went to find a picture for my friend and then like started texting someone, and I was like, why am I on my phone? And she's like, I don't know. I thought you were looking for something, and then you just started texting. I was like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I was looking for something. I don't know if that was the worst, but it definitely was the most stupid, especially considering that the whole point of the game was to get with some girls who were no longer in the partying mood after I disappeared into the night.
It's okay, so we've got some caring people in this party.
Yeah, they're like, this party's kind of lame now that OP never came back.
Now that we think OP's actually dead in the forest.
I don't really like this.
Obviously, the girls were like, this is dumb. This is not fun.
Yeah.
The guys are like, no, this is really cool.
No, it's so fun.
None of them went searching for 7 hours.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
That's so crazy.
Username says, one time I was dared to kiss this girl, and I passed because I was in a long-term relationship with a girl I really love, 3 years. So I did this instead. I poured really hard rum on my hand and lit it. And I had to keep
he said, no, I won't do that. But watch this.
He said, babe, I would never cheat on you. I would rather light myself on fire than cheat on you.
Literally. And he did.
And he did.
Wow. Think about that, boyfriends across the world.
Also, who are you hanging out with? Because presumably you're hanging out with your friends, and any friend that dared you to kiss another girl while you were dating someone is not your friend.
Well, you're in a long-term relationship, no less.
And also, seemingly then dared you to light yourself on fire.
Yeah. What? We gotta be more creative, people. Come on.
A little bit more creative. We can't just go from cheating to like immense third-degree burns. Yeah. I don't know. Bodily harm.
Crazy.
I had to keep it lit for as long as I could handle. Once it got too hot to handle, I had to put it out. Part of the dare, though, was to put it out with the watermelon next to us. So I proceeded to punch it open with my flaming fist and stick my hand in it for 3 long, annoying, sticky hours. Reply, if that's not love right there, I don't know what is. Is your hand okay now?
Okay, so you have your hand on fire
Yes.
for as long as you can bear.
Yeah.
You have to punch open a watermelon?
Yes.
And it took 3 hours for that water. I mean, I'm assuming the fire went out faster than 3 hours.
I think it went out, but then OP
Probably
was
just
like,
hurt.
yeah, just keeping it in there
Just-
because it hurt.
Watermelon is just cold enough.
Yeah.
That is very silly. Imagine getting burns and then getting an infection because for 3 hours after you got burned, you just
Yeah.
had watermelon juice all over it.
Again, people, you don't have to do the dares. It's not a legally binding contract.
It's okay.
Someone tells you to jump off a bridge, you don't have to do it, even if they dare you to.
Or if they double dog dare you.
Yeah.
That
You don't
too.
have to do it.
Well, triple dog dare you, that's a contract of your
Yeah,
life.
and then we circle back, and then you are legally bound.
Yeah.
to-
Right.
Your lineage is on the line.
Yeah.
Daz Hot says, one of the funniest things I've ever seen. We were too old to be playing Truth or Dare, like 20 years old. My friend had only seen boobs in his dad's Playboys. At 20 years old? He hadn't even kissed a girl yet. Like, he had never seen a movie?
He's 20 years old.
Like, not even like, oh,
Well,
he
he
hadn't
wasn't
seen a
allowed.
girl.
His parents
was
weren't
allowed.
allowing him to.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
see.
yeah. Except for the Playboys.
Except for they were just really not
Yeah.
careful about those.
No. Some woman was dare to show everyone her stuff. My friend was silently stoked. She's like, whoa!
What?
That's awful.
That's
She shouldn't have to do
Hey.
that. Yeah,
Just waiting. No, I'm just nothing. I'm just gonna look over here for now.
I'm just,
It's giving the, the
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, that's
No, stop
terrible.
it.
I won't look.
stop. I'm not looking. I can't do this.
Guys.
He
Yeah.
didn't cheer out loud, but I knew he was giddy. As the woman lifted her shirt and bra, some other goober leaned right in front of my friend and blocked his view. It was over before my friend could react. She's like, no!
That is so funny. That is so funny.
He's like,
his poor 20-year-old,
yeah.
never seen boobies in his life.
Bubbies.
It's just like waiting for the day.
This is my
Finally.
moment.
It's finally happening.
Finally.
20 years.
And then
then some
total
guy's like-
eclipse of the sun.
Yeah, so guy's like, wait, I can't see.
No.
He's like, no, do it again, do it again, do it again.
Wait, guys, that was such a crazy dare. We so shouldn't have done that. But if anyone else wants to, I'm
He's like-
okay with this.
He's like, I also dare you to do that.
yeah. But for longer this time, and no one can block me.
It's legally binding. He complained about it for weeks. We laughed about it for years.
Riken says, I got this one. I was a junior in high school. Proper time to play Truth or Dare.
Yes, appropriate.
Yep. Was over at a friend's house playing cup pong without adult soda. We used unsugared Kool-Aid.
No
Cool.
water?
Cool. Yeah,
I guess.
unsugared Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
It's
he's
just
like,
red. Like,
Keep it healthier.
it's just food dye in
Yeah,
there.
it's just water with red food coloring.
Yeah, we were that cool. Anyway, when you got a ping pong ball in a cup, there was a number on the bottom corresponding to a truth or dare that we had written out previously. My dare was to run around the perimeter of the house in my underwear. So I stripped down and run to the door only to find a police officer standing there. I screamed, "Mother effer!" and slammed the door in their face. I opened the door again. 2 officers made their way in and began asking questions.
Whoa, they don't have a. What do they
Yeah,
need?
you don't have a warrant.
have a
Yeah,
warrant.
what is this about?
Yeah, get out of my house. That's weird.
They told us that they wanted everyone to take breathalyzers.
You did not have to let them into the house. They should not be in your house without a warrant.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the thing. It's their kids,
they don't know.
so they don't know.
They've got
Yeah.
unsugared Kool-Aid in their
These
cups.
kids
right
are-
now.
That's so funny. They weren't even drinking. That's the crazy part. They weren't even drinking. They're like, no, please don't tell my parents.
Guys, no. Like, they're probably pissing their underwear that
Yeah.
they've just stripped down to
Yeah.
because they're so scared of getting in trouble.
So cops enter, no warrant,
yeah.
into a house where there are unclothed minors to
Yeah.
breathalyze them without their parents present.
Yeah.
And they aren't even drinking.
But how did the cops
So
know?
funny.
That's
That's
my
what
question.
I'm
Like the cop was
wondering.
the cop was.
I bet one of them called.
Assuming
Yeah.
it's like a noise complaint first and then they assumed or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
I don't know.
Good point.
We all jumped at the chance to do so. I personally had never taken a breathalyzer before. Yeah, clearly.
they were down.
Freaking beat this breathalyzer.
Yeah. However, once they saw our enthusiastic cooperation, they told us that they didn't have enough mouthpieces and to forget about it. They concluded that we were not doing anything illegal, because we weren't, and they left. Come to find out later, the neighbors across the street called the police because they saw one of us drinking adult soda, which ended up being an IBC root beer.
Oh, drinking
hilarious.
beer.
I see those hooligans drinking, those youths.
They're like, I saw some sort of A&W beer.
Yeah, I saw a bottle. Ooh. Also, found out that there were 5 police officers waiting outside in the back of the house in case any of us decided to run.
Just overkill.
Best game of truth or dare ever. That is so funny.
Major street cred for those kids next day.
Yeah,
They come to
literally.
school and they're like, yeah, police got called on us.
It's probably the coolest thing that they will ever do.
They're like, yeah, no, we were drinking, but we had Kool-Aid.
Yeah, everything was like totally safe. We were like totally responsible and
Yeah.
under control.
Yeah.
But the police did call us, and they also said that we were pretty cool. And they fist bumped us and let me try on their uniform.
And then they clapped on the way out.
Yeah, exactly. They did like one of those soccer tunnels, and we left that.
Like,
Look at these guys. Deleted says, I was 16 and still very much an awkward teenager. Sitting at home one night when my phone rang. A group of girls were going to a party at my good friend's house and wanted me to tag along since they knew him and I were close. So we get there, and it's a pretty normal party situation. Someone got a case of adult soda, another stole some liquor from their parents' cabinet. So after an hour or two, everyone was teenager buzzed and getting flirty. We sit down for a game of truth or dare, and the typical kiss her and take your shirt off goes around a few times. So after about an hour, there's a bunch of us half clothed in a circle. This is around the time where it goes downhill. Classic. Classic.
Always goes downhill.
My buddy's dad comes home early from whatever he was doing, and we hear the garage door open. We all panic and try to redress as quickly as possible. In the calamity, I grabbed a girl's shirt and she starts freaking out because she couldn't find it. His dad walks in as I'm struggling to put on what I finally figured out wasn't my shirt and starts yelling at us all to get out. I gave the girl back her shirt and everyone is rushed out of the house. I'm the last to leave as I want to find my clothes, but give up after his dad is getting seriously pissed off at me. By the time I get to the driveway, I notice the girls have left without me. So I'm stuck a few miles away from home without a ride and a shirt. Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
I said, F it, there's no remedying this situation, and just ran my wasted butt as far as I could. I made it about halfway before I stopped to catch my breath in a neighborhood next to a greenbelt. I'm paused on the sidewalk when I look up and see a cop parked a few houses down. Cop flicks on his headlights and I just stopped. Oh my God. This cop is probably worried about you, first of all.
I'm worried about you.
Yeah.
He's also like, what is that?
Right.
I don't have my shirt. Girls, let me.
Right.
I'm somewhere away from home.
I mean,
Yeah.
there is no way I was going to make this situation any worse. So they pull up next to me and ask if everything is okay. I was completely honest with them and told the entire story. I fully expected a ticket, but they just started laughing at me and offered a ride home.
Aw, nice.
When I got home, I see my mom sitting on the porch smoking a cig. So I step out of a cop car, half unclothed in the middle of the night, to my mother shaking her head, looking like heck fire has struck deep in her soul. I got grounded for 2 weeks. Totally worth it though, because I saw my first biddies that night.
All right then.
Okay.
That's going to be a core memory for him. That's like one of those
he's
like movie
I remember
things.
the first night I saw Biddy's young.
Right.
He's talking to his son. I remember the first time I saw the Biddies.
Yes. Wonderful.
I lost my shirt that night,
Yeah.
and the police picked me up.
But it was all worth it.
Yes.
That's crazy.
It's giving McLovin, you know?
Treylan says, my friend used to think he was some sort of player. So we were all sitting around playing, and we all knew he was going to dare the hottest girl to kiss him. So we set our plan into action. My other friend dared him to chug a bottle of ranch dressing.
Ew.
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 A whole bottle?
Ew.
Which he did.
Ew.
Then I dared him to chug a liter of Pepsi One.
Stop.
Oh my gosh.
Stop.
Which he did. He then proceeded to Ralph hard and very, very loud into a trash can in the kitchen. His turn, and he dares the girl to make out with him. She refused.
Yeah.
Ooh, we laughed.
Yeah.
Yeah, are you kidding me?
No.
I'm not. macking out with ranch Pepsi barf-filled mouth. No.
Ranch Pepsi Barf Boy.
Yeah, that's your new name, Ranch Pepsi Barf Boy. What good are friends if they don't wiener block you at every turn? That is true. Sure. Honestly, great prank, though.
Yeah.
Great prank. The Ill Advisor says, I'm a little late to the party, but perhaps some late readers will find my comment and enjoy. Can't wait. My buddy and his girlfriend both turned 18 within days and booked a hotel room for them and 2 other friends to stay in and get crap-faced. I was obviously one of the friends.
Sure.
We were pretty good and wasted and deep into a game of Truth or Dare. Or T or D, like super
kids
cool.
say.
Is that what the kids say these
Yeah,
days?
TD. Todd. You ever play Todd before?
I was dared to swallow a strand of my buddy's girlfriend's hair.
Ew.
Disgusting.
I feel like hair gets stuck in your mouth so
Yeah.
often that would
like
be
choking.
difficult to do.
Yeah, how would you do that?
Also, you can't like chew it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Ugh.
It would just be
Ugh.
It's
in
just
your mouth.
It's just weird. So I did. I made a funny face when it went down my throat. Everyone laughed, and the game continued. The next morning, I woke up and took a massive booze crap. The effed up part is when a piece of my
Ew.
crop was dangling
Ew.
just inches over the water of the toilet
Oh.
because it was attached to the strand of hair that was still hanging from my a-hole.
I actually can't hear the rest of that story.
I didn't even want to read the rest
Wait,
of
I
that
actually
section.
Wait.
can't read the rest of that story
This
because
is
that
coming in
will
full
make
circle.
me throw up.
This is full circle with the girl who poops in her hand.
That will make me
Ew.
throw up. I actually can't hear the rest of it.
Well, we're gonna listen to it.
I'm not listening.
Say la 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 la. I had to
actually
reach
can't hear
down and pull the rest of it out, like when your dog eats a piece of string, only with a string of human hair. This man had a dingleberry in his booty.
Is it over?
It's over.
Oh, thank God.
That's
that was disgusting.
crazy.
Let's just
That's
say-
the worst story of the day.
Let's just say very similar to the girl who poops in her hand.
I think the poop in hand is way
Way
worse.
worse.
I agree, but it
Dingleberry.
didn't sound quite as bad as this.
it wasn't as detailed.
It wasn't
yeah.
as-
That's true.
Yeah,
We didn't get as much
grotesque.
detail. Deleted says, sophomore year of high school, I got dared to piss on the bus. What? On it, on the outside, in the inside,
where?
when everyone's...
Out the window.
Yeah.
Who's coming up with these freaking dares? You freak.
You know
I
what?
know.
You know what? I will give it to them for like being outside the box.
Yeah, they're like, no one's ever freaking heard this one before.
Right. I didn't have to pee, so I said that I would do it tomorrow. I had a whole day to come up with an excuse or just flat out say no, but instead... I drank a lot of water beforehand and made sure we sat in the last seats of the bus ride. So you're going on the inside of the bus.
Yeah.
This is the bus
Someone's
on
gonna
your
have to
way to
clean
school,
this.
on your way to some game, something like that, and you're going to make it smell for everyone in the
Yeah.
room, everyone in the bus. I whipped out my thing, peed on the floor, and for about 10 seconds, it was absolutely hilarious.
Not to anybody else.
No.
Then the bus driver barked.
Braked.
What?
He
That's funny. I was like, what a silly image.
He went woof.
Then the bus driver braked, and we realized that the puddle forming on the floor moved with the bus. Yeah,
Ew.
it was soaking into the backpacks on the floor and ruining people's things. I was horrified. Of course, every person on the bus knew it was me, so everyone who was able to tattled on me, and rightfully so. This was the only time I got in major trouble at school and had to do a week of in-school suspension, plus clean some buses at the depot after school.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it worth it?
Ew.
Was that 10 seconds of funniness
Yeah,
worth
the
it?
10 seconds of like making your 2 friends laugh.
Yeah.
Was it worth it?
It's just crazy to see, too, like, what makes people laugh with these stories.
Like peeing on a bus.
Peeing on a bus. Oh, wouldn't that be so funny? That's why it's such like a high school thing.
Yeah.
You'd have to get really creative, like, to not have something be so atrocious or inappropriate to
Yes.
play that now.
As an adult, yes.
And I wasn't even creative back then. So
Listen, yeah.
I
didn't
would
even
not be
play
good
Truth
at this
or Dare
game.
as a child.
Yeah. Mr. Caterpillar says, my wife and I were subletting a place for summer break back in college and played Truth or Dare with our temporary roommate and her boyfriend. We were all absolutely smashed. I got dared to let roomie's boyfriend text whatever he wanted to someone in my contact list. Somehow, I actually said yes. He texted someone, then deleted the text, so I had no idea what he said or to whom. That's terrifying. I woke up the next day, hungover as heck, and find a text from my ex-girlfriend that just said, "What?"
No.
I didn't even remember the dare at that moment. The night before was pretty hazy, and I didn't give it much thought. Apparently, the guy found the first female name in my contacts and texted, "I love you."
Oh,
dang.
Yeah. See, the thing is that for you, you just get to be like, sorry, that was a dare. And then for her,
True.
she has to be like,
Yeah. Can you imagine if she texted back, "I love you too"?
Oh,
I've been waiting for you to say this.
Ah, man, that would have been tough.
Terrible.
Tough.
Bubble Hacker says, finally a place to share my story. A friend of mine in high school was doing a medic volunteering program, and they have just practiced taking blood. I do not like where this is going.
Uh-oh.
He would walk around school with equipment taking blood, asking if anyone would volunteer to allow him to practice. Of course, everyone declined. Yeah. One day we play a truth or dare game in school, and someone dares me to allow him to take blood from me. I agree. This is crazy.
These guys should not be
Why are people so
being access to this.
Why are people so easy on you? Like, yeah.
I don't understand. Why do people just say yes to things?
This just doesn't feel right, too. You're just walking around campus asking to take people's blood.
Yeah.
I've seen people who are like studying medicine and stuff practice like putting a needle in someone.
Yeah.
Not taking blood.
No.
That's crazy.
No.
What were you saying to people? You're like, I'm a vampire.
Honestly, this is like vampire. Like, what are you going to do with my blood afterwards? Like,
Yep.
what?
Give it back.
You're just going to sell it on the black market?
Yeah, I guess so.
He connected the little tube thing, but as blood started flowing out, he freaked out and couldn't close some cap that he needed. I freaked out and started running around the school with blood coming out of me, and I yanked the tube from my arm. Teenagers have no sense of logic.
Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, absolutely not. That is crazy.
Yeah. No, sir.
Sorry, I'm getting so many text messages.
Christina the Greek says, sounds like a
popular.
vampire cover-up.
Honestly,
Yeah.
really. Just
These
a
are all
bag, a loose
chronic-
bag of blood.
Yeah, he's like, Your Honor, I don't know where the blood came from.
Right. Someone put it in my bag.
They gave it to me willingly.
I was holding it for a friend.
Yeah.
Harvey Nix says, kind of mild compared to the others here, but I had to kiss my roommate who was sitting next to me. We're both guys.
What? Whoa, crazy.
No minimum time was specified, so it could have been a peck on the cheek, but we mashed our lips together and stayed that way for like 10 seconds. You're just sitting there, just like staring at each other's eyes. Like,
You go.
is it over yet? Yeah, we were also holding each other's head or neck.
So it's like this.
Eyes fully open. Yeah. While everyone's just like, ha 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 ha. 10 seconds is a long time in that context. A long time.
Yeah.
That was it, and the game went on. My roommate and I just laughed it off, but we did go through a phase of a quick kiss goodbye on the lips whenever one of us left the dorm room.
OP.
And OP says, I'm gay.
Yeah.
But I was in the closet. He is as straight as they get. Well,
Is he though? Is
I
he?
don't know.
Are we sure about that?
I don't know if as straight as they get.
Yeah.
He could be straight,
He could be.
but
He's not
I don't
as
know
straight
if
as
I'd
they
call-
get.
Yeah, as straight as they get, they wouldn't do that.
They're straighter.
Yeah. I've seen straighter.
I've seen straighter.
Mursa223 says, not me, but during a game that I was a part of, a friend was dared to dress up as Batman and do a Batman thing. This is the kind of dares we need.
Yes.
Wait, but
do a
depends-
Batman thing.
What does that mean by Batman
like
thing?
save someone.
Go
Go out,
Go
find
fight
a crime, and
Beat 'em up.
And yeah.
It's the whole like
bring him to justice. We didn't know this at the time, but he had an actual Batman outfit. So he went away to prep, called us over. We looked up, open indoor balcony, and I'm Batman. Then proceeded to jump over the balcony railings.
oh no.
His reward is a bone fracture in his foot
Dang.
and our eternal acknowledgement that he won the game. Honestly,
Wow.
at least he's
Wow.
got that.
Is
he
that
was-
worth it?
You know what? For his friends, yes.
Sure. Sure.
That man
sure.
was like, I'm ready.
He's a legend. He's
Finally.
like, my time has come.
Yeah.
Right.
I've been
I've
waiting in my closet.
Yeah, I've not had a reason ever to buy this or to wear this $300 accurate Batman costume.
Yeah, his mom's always like, why'd you buy that? You're never gonna use it. He's like, a day will come, Mom.
The city needs me,
The
mother.
city needs me, Mom.
Yeah, exactly. Also, I really have to pee.
Oh, no, you're
Can you
good.
take a pee break?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He runs back to his house and his mom's like, what? And he's like, Mom, where's my Batman suit? And she's like, why do you need to know? And he's like, it's for the greater good. And she's like, I am your mom.
I'm the greatest good.
you're ever gonna get.
Yeah.
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 I'm trying to think of any truth or dares that No, I always said no. I said I'm
just
not
didn't
doing
say
that.
yes to truth or dare.
I said I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
Like,
And
there
then
were some
everyone goes,
truths.
Oh, you're party pooper, and then they move on.
They're like, oh, who's your crush? And I'm like, all right, I'll tell you that. Like, if it's like really
if it
harmful
was like
truths.
those,
yeah,
I'd
it was
do
like really
those.
harmful truths, like whatever. I don't know. But never have I ever. I always lose.
Oh my god, my favorite thing on
Or
like
win.
a long bus ride is you would like ask the cute boy in the class. You'd be like, so if you were on an island with me, this girl, and this other
Yeah.
girl, which person would you want to be stuck on an island with?
It's
Yeah,
the
that was
it's the
the best.
stereotypical like
Oh yeah. Do you have a crush on me question?
you know,
But it wasn't.
spicy sleep, marry, unalive.
Yeah, but we were children, so it was
Yeah.
just stuck on an island with.
I'd be like, I'm not answering that.
Yeah.
I
No,
plead
but they
the
always
fifth.
did. They always answered.
And they're like, you're so boring. I'm like,
But then they'd be
"No."
like, because we're friends.
Yeah.
No, but I got a couple. Some of them were staying on the island with me. Katie Paladin says, a broken foot is a small price to pay for winning truth or dare.
Yeah. Batman
true.
does it every night.
I want sushi. Sushi.
I want food. Food sounds good.
Yeah. Dan Campanator says, I always lost, never have I ever. I've done a lot of wild stuff.
Yeah.
I always won because I was boring.
Yeah. I always lose. Or technically, if you have to drink more, win.
Yeah. It was great because I don't drink and I wasn't having to.
Yeah. I'm trying to like, but I always thought Never Have I Ever was like always a good icebreaker game, or two, a good like funny game to play with friends and like reveal things that like.
Yeah, but I always hated Never Ever Ever because I was like a very innocent young person and never did anything, and so I'd just be like,
Gosh,
no, I haven't remembered.
I've never done
these.
any of these things.
I've never done it. The blind one says, I still have a scar on my finger from breaking a window after being dared to do it to get a cat picture out of an old house. Oh my God.
Whoa,
What happened? Did you get it?
is your finger okay?
Yeah, is your finger okay? I found my little old ring that I got when I was a child. It says it says Love Santa on it. For some reason it says 375. Maybe that's like the ring manufacturer. But it's like my little heart ring, and it only fits on my pinky. It's so little.
Oh, there's nerd trivia tonight.
There's what?
Nerd trivia.
Ah,
Forgot.
dang it.
I don't want to do that.
If only I weren't watching Invincible.
Invincible. You could probably watch it there.
It's true.
And
Yeah, they put it on.
They probably put it on. Yeah.
It's like the nerd football.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm back.
She's back. She's back.
She's back.
All right. More stories here. Div's Happy Hour says, maybe not as exciting, but I found out that my friend, this was in 7th grade, from school was also my friend from another town. I lived there during 2nd grade. It was during a truth, and I believe Lonnie asked Ashley, the friend, where all that she had lived. So
Boring.
innocent.
Where truth or dare? Truth. Where have you lived?
Sophia, is this something that you would ask?
No.
This is like truth or dare. Truth. How are you today?
How are you? Truth or dare. What's your favorite food?
It's
What'd you do this weekend?
Are you hungry?
It's just small talk.
It's giving
Yeah.
Canadian, like a
Truth or
Canadian
dare.
suit. Yeah.
Truth. What's the weather?
Yeah. How do you feel about this weather right now?
What time is it?
Wait, that is so funny. Truth or dare, what time is it?
What time is it? And they're like, what?
That
Yeah,
is
you
so
heard me.
funny.
Was that truth or dare?
Don't look at the clock.
When she mentioned this small town, I got excited and said that I lived in that small town too. She asked what street I lived on. Locust, a short end street, and it turned out that she lived on that street too.
No way.
We started sharing memories. When I mentioned that I used to play with the neighbor and her fluffy dog while their dad would clean and buff his car daily, she shouted, "That was me!"
Aww.
This is just
That's
such
so sweet.
a wholesome break
But
in
I'm
all of
wondering,
these
I'm
crazy
like-
stories.
Yeah. So they were friends in 2nd grade.
2nd grade, yeah.
Yeah. So this is presumably not in 2nd grade.
This is 7th grade that they're doing this.
Okay. So
Maybe like
a
pre-K.
little strange
Is
to me
it-
that you didn't recognize each other at all.
It could be pre-K.
Uh,
And maybe that she moved. I was thinking that she moved.
No, they said this was 2nd. Yeah, they lived together or on the same street in 2nd
Yeah.
grade, and then they're having this conversation in 7th grade.
2nd grade is
So,
old enough to like
remember.
recognize, especially when someone's like,
Yeah.
"I'm from that area." You know, I'd be like, "Hey, wait, no, I know you."
Yeah.
What?
I feel like 7th grade too.
It's old
You're
enough
not
to
looking-
have better truth or dare.
Yeah, well, that and like you're not looking that much different.
No, you look pretty similar. I looked pretty similar.
How can you remember the dog and like her dad
yeah,
buffing
but you
the
don't
car?
remember
but
how
her-
she looks
Yeah, or
at
her
all.
name.
Yeah, because I remember like having a friend in preschool, and then when I was in like 3rd grade or something like that. I was like on a field trip and I thought I saw her.
Yeah.
And I was like so excited because I was like, oh my God, Bestie, I haven't seen you in forever. But then I had no way of like clarifying.
Yeah, I feel like if it was like a preschool or a kindergarten, I would understand that. But like 2nd grade to 7th grade is not.
Yeah.
I don't know. Weird.
But whatever. A fun reunion.
Yeah.
Deleted says, the worst I've ever seen and heard was, I dare you to climb the White House gates and hug the president.
You're going to get freaking shot.
Yeah, literally. Someone responds, so did they do it? Opie says, no, he was too fat. He couldn't get over the fence. What? And someone responds, his villain origin story.
It's like survival story. He didn't get shot.
Yeah, honestly. Also, so
How
you tried
to jump a fence, the White House fence.
Yeah, honestly, I can imagine they thought about people climbing over.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, we can't let that happen. No, they were like, we never thought that they tried to climb the fence.
Right. Goose's tag says, my friend once dared me and the group of us, of 3 people, to sneak into a Shakespeare play. We live in a tourist town. And in the middle, all stand up and yell, it's gonna blow, and run out. This feels illegal. When the play settled in, my friends and I agreed to yell and sprint for the door. And when the time came, I yelled, it's gonna blow, but looked to my sides and saw my friends sitting down and giggling at me.
Dang. Wow.
That's terrible. End of the friendship. That's insane.
That's it.
Betrayal. I proceeded to sit down shamefully, and the usher proceeded to escort me out. They still laugh at me to this day. That's terrible.
Dang, that's brutal. I would never forgive them.
Terrible.
I would never forgive them. I'd go home and cry.
Honestly, like, I can't believe I'm not doing anything you say ever again.
Never listening to you guys again.
Never ever. Deleted says, on a drive home from vacation with my best friend and his sister. Best friend chooses truth, and I ask how he would feel if I asked his sister out. Next time I'm up, his sister takes dare. I dare her to go out with me when we get home. 3 days later, we end up together for over a year. Okay, cute.
It didn't last that long, but fairly good.
Cute.
How'd you guys start dating? Truth or dare?
Truth or dare. Fun.
Nice.
That's fun. Coyote Wee says, my friends and I were about 9 years old and playing truth or dare out in the yard while my mom did some yard work nearby. Being 9, nothing really got too crazy looking back, with the most daring things being crap like, which boy do you like at school? Or jump in the pool with your clothes on.
Ooh.
Classic 9-year-old stuff.
Yeah, this is what I want to see.
Yeah. Except for Julie. Julie was in it to win it. Julie was hardcore. Julie asked the most uncomfortable truths and the hardest dares.
Julie has an older sibling.
Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
It was my turn to truth and or dare someone, and I thought I'd get Julie for once. I asked her truth or dare. She said dare. I thought of the most horrible dare a 9-year-old could think of. I saw my dog take a dump in the corner of the yard. I thought, no, there's no way anyone would do that. No way. I dared her to lick the dog turd.
Why are these awful?
And Julie said, okay.
I'd be like, wait, no.
Like, actually, I dare you to please don't ever do that.
Don't do that, you freak.
I changed my mind.
Julie the dog turd freak.
That would honestly be crazy if you said, hey, Julie, I dare you to do this. Ha 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 ha. And then she does it and everyone's like, oh my God, Julie, why would you do that?
Julie, stop.
Julie, I can't believe you did that.
Julie, that was really gross.
She walked over and picked it up. This is where my mom looked up from what she was doing and yelled, Julie, no! But it was too late. No! Julie did it. She licked the dog turd.
Ew.
It was a lot grosser to watch than we all expected it to be. It wasn't even funny. It was just gross. And she walked back triumphantly without even asking for mouthwash or anything.
What? She's like pompously walking back.
Yeah,
Julie.
So what else you got? What else you got from me, huh?
I can
Easy.
do anything.
Easy.
There's always that one person in like the friend group growing up that would like eat like an earthworm.
Yeah. Did you ever read the book?
I didn't
How
know
to Eat
anyone
Fried
that would do
Worms?
that.
Yeah.
I didn't have any friends that would eat a worm.
Nor did I. I just said yes.
Who are you hanging out with, Keon?
Freaks.
Keon,
boys.
were you the one that ate a worm?
No.
Keon.
No.
Did you eat a worm?
Keon.
No, I hate bugs.
Yeah, sure you do, Keon. It's not even a bug.
Meanwhile, my mom is flipping her entire crap and runs over and she's like, Julie, what do you think you're doing? Who made you do that? Are you okay? And Julie's like, yeah, I'm fine. I just got dared. It's not a big deal.
Julie's so freaking cool.
Super freaking cool. She pops her leather jacket collar and puts her sunglasses down.
Cool your jets.
I told my mom, I didn't think she'd actually do it. I'm so sorry. I thought she'd chicken out. My mom made her go inside and rinse out her mouth with mouthwash and told her to let her know if she started feeling sick. She told the rest of us that the game is over and we were to go play something less horrible. None of us objected. I have never played Truth or Dare since. It turns out I don't get any sort of enjoyment out of watching people do gross crap. For anyone wondering, all Julie said was that it tasted bad. She wouldn't give us any more description, and I'm not about to go find out what it tastes like for myself.
9-year-olds,
Julie.
Right?
Julie's, she's like traumatized. She's like, can't even talk about it. She's like, it was bad. I blacked out. It's bad. It's bad.
She's like, where am I?
Poor Julie. I also I like the mom yelling at Julie as if it's like a dog that's eating the
Julie,
trash.
Drop it.
Julie, no, wait. Julie, don't do that. Leave it. Yelini says, context. Over here, we have what we call the Hungry Ghost Festival, where for a month, people will place offerings for the passed away who are released into the world for a month to feast on whatever they can find. There are many superstitions revolving around this festival, like not picking up random things off the ground, as there may be a spirit dwelling inside. There are many other do nots, else you'll have bad luck or have something bad happen to you. Moving on, when I was about 14, I was over at the chalet with my friends, doing whatever a bunch of 14-year-olds can do. Someone suggested a game of Truth or Dare, and being the Hungry Ghost Festival, most people were dared to do things like going out alone to pee on a tree, staying in the scariest part of the woody area for 1 minute. So about 20 odd minutes later, some were obviously bored, while some were quite spooked out. There's this guy, let's call him Dan. He was obviously bored and wanted to spice things up. He said that if he did all the do-nots, he should be rewarded by a kiss on the cheek by the girl he liked.
That's how you get like a demon. This is
Honestly.
this is how you get bad karma. I also looked it up. This is a festival that's celebrated in a lot of East and Southeast Asia, which is really cool.
Most of the class knew, except the girl herself. We'll call her Emily. Thinking it'd be interesting, the class cheered him on and gave him as many do-nots as they could remember. The class was finally convinced that he wasn't going to give two craps about any hungry ghosts that might haunt him, and told him that he deserved the reward. He said he had to go to the toilet and he'll come back and get his reward. So as he was doing his business in the toilet, there was a blackout. Emily decided it was a good idea to lock him in the toilet and told the whole class to pretend to be scared and that there was a ghost that was angry because Dan made fun of him.
Emily.
Emily really didn't want to kiss this guy.
I was like, thank God. Pull him out. It's part of Truth or Dare.
Dan quickly realized that he couldn't exit the toilet, and his small knock slowly became huge banging, which transitioned into full-on SWAT-style kicking and body slamming the door. 5 minutes later, when Emily let him out, he was obviously scared crapless. Emily felt bad for pulling such a prank, and instead of kissing his cheek, she hugged him and told him that she would do anything he wanted.
Oh.
They're still together today.
Wow.
Well, how sweet.
Oh, how? Okay.
All he needed was a little bit of trauma, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
We're bonded now.
He,
I felt bad.
Right. Oh my gosh. That is terrifying.
Jeez.
Raven Boy says, I took a Glum Bar nightclub and turned it into awesome. All right.
Oh, I thought it was like a glum bar was like a type of like
a fun bar.
bar that you eat.
Yeah.
But like a
It's
bar.
a glum. Like,
yeah. What is a glum bar?
It's just
like
like
a
a
moody glum, like the adjective
like
glum.
depressing.
Yeah, I
okay.
also got confused. I was like, what's
Okay,
a glum bar?
gotcha.
Just like a glum bar.
I also like that we turned it into awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was in a bar on an island in Malaysia. I was traveling with a buddy who had a friend who is a local. We were in this bar. I was bored and suggested Truth or Dare. The guys were reluctant, but I just said, let's try it out for a bit and see what happens. Awesome happened. That's what.
What?
I love it when awesome happens.
Awesome happened.
It started off tame. My buddies are gay and dared each other to ask the server out. It hit a new level when I had one put a pen in his pants to make it look like he had he was excited and walk around the bar. A pen?
It's just got a really small.
How is a pen gonna give you the impression that you want?
Well, I guess if it's a small enough
you just
pen, it just creates
push it
the
out.
illusion. Yeah.
I see. I'm thinking we can see like the size and shape of it, and I'm like, I just don't think anyone would believe that that's a real thing. This guy was an extremely closeted, chaste, and innocent fellow, which made it that more entertaining. There was a live band. I had to go up to the stage and dance to them. There was no dance floor. There was no one else dancing.
That's just fun.
I made the singer F up the song and burst out into laughter. That's great.
That. Yeah, that's just fun.
That's how awesome happens.
You're a vibe, OP. OP's just like...
OP's just having fun out here.
Just the life of the party. What can you
look
say?
At you.
By the end of the night, the whole bar knew us and what we were doing. We were the center of attention. The final dare was to get the innocent guy to sit on every empty seat in the place. So he gradually went around the room for a good 5 minutes, hiding his face, plopping down, and sheepishly going to the next one. The night ended with us getting the whole bar to do Gangnam Style. Nice. But to put this in perspective, we had no idea at the time that the West even knew about this song. We nailed it. That is awesome.
Dang, I love that. Wow.
And then it ended up on YouTube and was one of the first viral videos ever.
And you're famous to this day.
Yep. Oh, and that's the end of that's the last story.
Oh, man.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow. And everyone clapped.
Yes. Everyone clapped for Gangnam Style. Yay.
Lady.
Right, guys?
I thought you were going to finish it.
Gangnam Style. There you go.
Wow. What a collection of stories.
Those were quite a roller coaster.
A lot of poo and pee.
Yeah, I feel like I need a trigger warning for like poo poo and pee pee and like
toilet
unload
stuff. Yeah, that is wild.
Yeah, you could just say like some of these might get gross.
Sure, but that's the end of this episode. So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you and see you tomorrow. Hey, don't leave yet. We've got some stories that we think you'll enjoy, so stay tuned for the next one.
I caught my sister stealing my expensive watch, but apparently it's my fault.
Of course it is. Of course it's your fault that
shouldn't have had it in the first place.
Yeah.
So last night I had some people over to celebrate moving to my new place. I had some family and friends, including my sister and mother. By the way, this comes from Rolex Entrepreneur, and if you want to submit your own stories, check us out at r/OKStorytime subreddit. So when I was growing up with my sister, she would often steal things from myself and other family members. Money from my mom's purse or dad's wallet. She'd sneak into my room and take things, steal money from our grandparents, etc. We aren't very close because of this, and I always try to keep an eye on her when she's around. Despite this, I decided to invite my sister over because she doesn't live far away, and I know my mom would have been upset if I didn't. I put all of my watches and valuables in my safe, but I left out the watch I had planned on wearing that night, but ended up not wearing it and leaving it on my dresser. At one point during the night, my sister asked me where the bathroom was, and I pointed down the hallway and told her it was the bathroom on the left. A couple of minutes later, I went to grab something from my room and saw her come out of my room as I was walking down the hall. She gave me this startled deer in the headlights look and said she was looking for the bathroom and walked really quickly. I immediately got worried and went to do a quick look in my room. I immediately noticed something was missing. My watch from the top of my dresser. This isn't some cheap $20 watch. I paid over $30K for it earlier this year.
Wow.
$30K.
$30K. Oh my goodness.
I left my room and went straight to my sister to confront her. I pulled her off to the side so it would not cause a scene and told her that I knew she took my watch, and if she gave it back right then, I wouldn't call the cops. She got extremely defensive and started yelling at me how she didn't take crap from me and how I'm an a-hole, etc. Well, at this point, a lot of people were staring and listening to us. She told me she was leaving and started heading towards the door. I knew if she left, I might never see my watch again. So I grabbed her purse from her and dumped everything out on the ground.
Whew.
Sure enough, there it is. My watch right there on the ground with the rest of the stuff from her purse. My sister screamed at me and called me a effing a-hole and scooped up most of her stuff and ran out of the place. My mom followed her out and ended up not returning to the party. So after an awkward rest of the party, I got a call from my mom. She was mad at me.
What?
I got some long lecture about how I didn't need to humiliate my sister in front of everyone. How she couldn't help herself, that my sister is crying and upset now because of the scene I caused. She also got mad at me for going through my sister's purse and told me that I should never look in a lady's purse. And that was a complete invasion of privacy.
It's your sister's purse. It's not like some random lady.
It's your sister's. And also, she was like, hey, you pulled her to the side and was like, hey, she was the one that started it.
Absolutely. She started yelling and getting defensive. And also, She stole the watch.
Yeah.
Like, what should you? Is the mom not telling the sister, like, hey, don't do that?
Well, no, because she would have told her at a young age not to do that, but she continued to do that.
She's just saying she can't help herself. She literally said she can't help herself.
For all I know, the mom's probably getting a piece of this action.
She taught her all the tricks.
Probably. First of all, I tried to pull my sister off to the side. She was the one who started yelling at me and causing a scene that made everyone look at her. I also wouldn't have had to go through her purse if she didn't steal from me and deny it and try to leave. I'm not going to risk losing a $30K watch because I shouldn't look through a lady's purse. So now my mom wants me to not only apologize to my sister, but to tell all the guests that were there that it was a big misunderstanding and my sister didn't take anything. I'm really not sure what I should do about my mom. There is no way I'm going to apologize to my sister. She should be the one apologizing to me. And I'm certainly not going to lie to my guests to get my sister out of an awkward mess she created for herself. I also don't know what to do about my sister. At this point, I think I'm pretty much done with her. I think she should be the one apologizing, but I doubt she will ever do that. Thanks for advance. We got an update. Should he just call the cops?
Call the cops?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she hasn't stolen anything again, right?
I don't know. I mean, just be like, hey, she stole this from me.
Well, she got it back, though, I think. I think she got... is it a he or
I think it's he.
Well, OP got it back, right?
I don't know. I don't know if it's he or she. Okay. No gender named.
Well, either way, I don't know if I would call the cops because OP got the watch back, right? So I don't know if calling the cops, but I mean, definitely be like, Mom, what the heck? Like, are you not going to say anything about her actually stealing it? Like, I'm not going to lie to all my guests because she's like got a stealing problem.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know, man.
That's crazy.
Update. I invited my mom to lunch so that we could discuss what happened at the party and where to go from there. I explained to her that my sister stole a very expensive watch from me. It wasn't just some trinket, and it shouldn't matter even if it was. I tried to pull her away and confront her in private, but she chose to yell and curse at me and cause a scene. I also told her that I understand that it's never okay to go through someone's private purse or bag, but that sort of etiquette goes out the window when tens of thousands of dollars of my stolen property is in her purse.
Yeah.
My mom then went along on a long rant about how we are all family and that how her and my sister believe what a family should do is share in each other's success.
So the mom is totally going to get a piece of the action.
She told me that my sister was just upset because I was hoarding all my money for myself and that it's understandable what she did.
Oh my gosh.
She said that I would never have gotten where I am today without all the work she put into raising me and the influence her and my sister had on my life. Then she went on to tell me that I owe it to her to evenly share my success with her and my sister since we are family, and then they would certainly do the same in my position. That's a laugh.
Oh my gosh. We were right. The mom is totally teaching her the tricks, probably encouraging her to steal this watch. That's just wild. Because they're like, oh, you bought a $30,000 watch, which is a lot of money to spend on a watch. But like, you're just going to steal it to like take the money. You're going to steal the money that you think that OP owes because they're your child? What?
Insane.
That's insane.
Insane. At this point, I'm pretty dumbfounded. Not only because she thinks my sister's actions were somehow justified, but because she credits herself for my success and thinks it's selfish of me not to share it with her and my sister. And don't even get me started on her trying to act like her and my sister would do the same. I know for a fact my sister wouldn't give me a dime if I were 10 cents short for a heart transplant.
Oh.
My mom still owes me tens of thousands of dollars that she borrowed and swore she would pay back. I didn't even expect it and wrote it off as soon as I gave it to her. I just can't even fathom how my mom could actually think like that. At that point, I was furious and didn't want to say anything I'd regret, so I got up and walked out. Oh yeah, I also got a text half an hour later saying I owed her money for lunch since I was the one who invited her, despite the fact that neither of us had even ordered before I left.
Oh my gosh.
As far as my sister goes, I haven't contacted her and she hasn't contacted me. At this point, I'm just done with her in my life. I don't know if I should do the same for my mother though. I would hate not to have a relationship with her, but I just can't believe how she could possibly think those things. Would Love some advice on what to do as far as my relationship with my mother goes. Thanks. We got an update too.
Oh my
Dude,
gosh.
I think it's 2 for 1, man.
Dude.
Gotta let her go.
Yeah, Klypto's running the family, man. That's crazy.
Oh, dude, I'd be freaking out. I'd be like, no, I don't know.
Yeah.
If you think that way, I'm just glad you got out of that cycle. But no, just be like, Mom, I can't do this. You should apologize to me.
Yeah, like this is my money. Like, I'm sorry she can't do her own success. Like if you were so able to help me be successful, why isn't she successful?
Ooh, there we go.
You know? And same with the sister. If the sister is supposedly helping me being successful, why does she have to steal from me to, I don't know, pay for whatever she wants to?
Update 2. She called me, but I didn't want to talk, so I let it go to voicemail. She left a voicemail telling me to check my email. Here is her email. First of all, it was very rude of you to walk out on me at the cafe. I was humiliated, and you should know better than to treat your mother like that. As I said in the text, you owe me money for lunch since you were the one who invited me, so please bring $60 to give to me at Craig's barbecue.
$60?
It was a shame that I even need to be telling you this. I know I raised you better than that, but you really need to start supporting this family. We're all one, and the success of any individual needs to be spread around the family. Your sister works as a pastry chef and is always more happy to bake for everyone and bring us treats from work. I wish you would do the same.
Oh my gosh.
You can start by helping me with the new apartment I'm moving into. Rent is $4,250 per month, not including utilities. I'm planning on moving in the 1st of September. That gives you plenty of time to set up some sort of monthly bank transfer. I'm going to need $8,500 in about 2 weeks for the first and last month's rent. I'll also need you to come over a few times this month to help me move my stuff over there.
What?
Bring the bigger truck unless that's the manual because Todd doesn't know how to drive stick. As thanks for moving my things over, I will cover the security deposit myself so you don't need to worry about it. And you still haven't apologized to your sister. So please get that done this week. It'll take 5 minutes tops. Just get it done. It was wrong to humiliate her like that. And guess you should be the one confronting her like me, like usual. Text me to confirm you got everything and let me know as soon as you can bring the big truck over. I should also mention that I currently pay for her rent.
Why are you not paying for your own rent? It's not even asking OP if they could help with rent. It's like, okay, so I'm gonna need this much. Like, it's just treating them like a bank. Low contact or no contact?
Dude, no contact.
No contact.
No contact.
Yeah.
And Todd can help out with the rent. I'm done.
Dang. Yeah.
I should mention that I currently pay for her rent after some long guilt trip about how she gave me free food and housing for 18 years. So it's time for me to repay the favor.
Oh my gosh.
I can clearly see now that this was a big mistake. Now she just assumes I'm going to pay for her rent at some new huge place that costs twice as much and that she doesn't need. At this point, I'm done giving her any support. She clearly has no appreciation for it. This is just a taste of how my mom acts. She's extremely entitled and just expects everything in life to be given to her. Another update. So I just sent my mom an email letting her know that I will no longer be giving her any more money. Here's the gist of it. And if you want more stories just like this, go to OK Storytime on your favorite podcast platform. Search it up. We got plenty of stories just like this. Holy cow, he's cutting her off.
Good. Absolutely the right choice. Because I wonder, like, the type of person that would do this is, like, someone that would grow up, like, really rich. But if they're really rich, then, like, why do they need money from their children now? You know what I mean?
Weird.
Right?
Very weird.
Also, like, you're the parent. You're supposed to provide for them for those 18 years. It's not.
You brought this kid to life, so, like.
Yeah.
Here is how the email was wrote. I will not be paying for the rent for the new, more expensive apartment you want to move into. Not only will I not be paying for that, but I will not be paying for your rent or any apartment anymore. You will have to do so yourself. In addition to that, I will not be giving you any more money whatsoever. You have shown that you have no respect for me or the work it takes to earn money, and I cannot continue to pay for things you don't need. I know this means cutting back a bit, but there is no reason for you to be living outside your means, and I will not subsidize your expensive lifestyle. I wrote that all out completely different, but that's the gist of what I told her. So just waiting for the freak out, I'm sure is going to happen.
Oh my goodness.
Yikes. But that's the end of that story. No more other updates.
Wow.
And yeah.
My dad threw a fit when he realized that he wouldn't walk me down the aisle, so I blocked him.
Yikes.
Wow. Walk him out of your life.
Ooh.
2 years ago, I, 22 female at the time, was getting married to my fiance, now husband, 23 male at the time. My mom and dad have been separated since before I can remember. I have always been close with my mom's side of the family, but never felt like I fit into my dad's side, so we weren't close. By the way, this comes from Mrs. Jello Shots, and if you want to submit your own stories, just go to r/OKStorytime subreddit, and we could read it on this show. My dad's side just felt like it was full of judgy and preppy people. There was just a lot of mental abuse that went along with going to my dad's every weekend. Now, during the wedding planning process, I absolutely did not want to be a bridezilla. I wanted to include everyone. I was just very stressed because if I included my mom's side of the family, I felt obligated to include my dad's side, even if I didn't want to. But I included them and tried to have a good time. I had all my cousins as my bridesmaids, both from my mom's and dad's side, which was really nice. I love my cousin from my dad's side because she's so quiet and extremely sweet. When I went wedding dress shopping, I wanted to bring my mom, my grandma, mom's mom, and my two best friends. Although, again, I felt obligated to include people from my dad's side, so I also invited my other grandma, dad's mom, let's call her Nana, and my dad's new wife. My dad had gotten married to this woman, 23 female, a year before my wedding. Wow.
Dude.
A year older than her.
Ugh.
And 23
I'm
is-
your new mom. No, we went to
No.
the same kindergarten class together.
Yeah. She's the same age as my now husband, so the whole situation is awkward. I invited them to feel included. I found my dress that day, and Nana stated that she was going to buy the dress for me. I was nervous, but accepted the offer because what excuse would I give? I didn't want her to pay for it because in the past, they wouldn't let me wear my senior prom dress I picked because I said I wanted my mom to do my makeup and not some professional that they wanted to hire. It took a lot of convincing and them literally standing outside my mom's house like guards for them to agree to let me wear the dress. So needless to say, I didn't want my dad's family to put a finger on my wedding dress, but my Nana paid for half the dress and we would pay for the other half on pickup. We left and I found out after from my two friends that apparently when I was picking the dress I wanted, my dad's wife said my dress had an ugly train and she couldn't believe that I would pick something like that. I didn't let it bother me because I told myself
Yes.
I invited them for their feelings, but didn't really care about their opinion. That's great.
Alright.
That's great.
That is a nice sentence.
Yeah.
I invited them for their feelings, not for their opinions.
There you go. There you go. I got the call months later that my dress was in, and me and my best friend drove to get it. I paid the rest and took the dress home. I called Nana later to say I had gotten the dress, and she was upset that I didn't tell her so we could go together. I told her I had at the time and was just too excited to see my dress again. Nana did end up giving me a check with the other half of the dress payment, which I gladly took. Now, here is the big drama.
Oh, no.
During the wedding planning, I decided to include my dad's family, but what I didn't want was for my dad to walk me down the aisle. I knew this would be a major problem that I wasn't going to get away with without a fight. I was actually very anxious about telling my dad because I knew what his reaction would be like. This is where I'm probably the a-hole. 3 days before my wedding, we had the rehearsal. I asked my grandpa, mom's dad, to walk me down the aisle because I felt it would have been an even worse fight if I had my stepdad do it.
Yeah.
So everyone was there, and so was my dad and his wife. The people for the wedding venue helped with getting everyone in line. We had the parents walking first to take their seats before everyone else went on. This is where my dad realized he was not walking me. Oh boy. My dad looked angry and stormed off to talk on his phone to someone. I knew it was Nana because he had always been a mommy's boy. He came back a few minutes later and finished the rehearsal looking angry as heck. After the rehearsal was finished, everyone knew something was wrong and they all left to go stand by their cars in the parking lot. Even the venue people left the area, so it was only me, my fiance, my dad, and his wife. My dad started yelling at me, stating that it was his right as a father to walk his daughter down the aisle. I had never argued with my father before because his temper really scared me, and I know about some of the charges he's gotten for his anger. Ooh, oh boy. I wasn't taking it anymore, though. I told him that he had no right when he doesn't call me but every few months, and he was never a real father growing up. Bam.
Dang.
How you like them apples
Oh my
now?
gosh.
Dang. His wife chimed in saying that I also don't call, but every few months. I was angry. I turned to her and stated that I was the child and a parent should want to check on their kid. I also told her that she was new to the family and needed to stay out of it. Me and my dad kept arguing, and he asked if there was a daddy-daughter dance. I said yes. I didn't tell him I was actually planning on two, one with him and one with my stepdad. He told me I could cancel it because he wouldn't be in attendance, and also my grandparents wouldn't be in attendance. I told him that that was fine, and that anyone that doesn't come doesn't deserve to be in my life anymore. My dad walked away and proceeded to leave with his wife. 3 days later, the wedding came. I was worried my cousin, my bridesmaid, wouldn't show up because I'm sure by now the fight had gotten around. But no, my cousin showed up with my aunt. No one spoke of the incident. Surprisingly, my grandparents did show up. I heard later that Nana was talking out loud in the audience saying stuff like, I can't believe she wore the dress I bought, and any other rude thing she could think of.
What?
One of my friends in the audience told her to shut up, and so did my grandpa.
Let's go.
That's great. They left after the ceremony, not saying anything to me, and my cousin and her family left during the daddy-daughter dance that I did with my stepdad. The wedding went on with no big drama. If you noticed, my dad and his wife did not show up. A few days later after the wedding, I blocked them on everything, and for over a year, I had no contact with anyone from that side of the family. I didn't block my grandparents or aunt and cousins because they did come, but still no one was talking to me. I didn't get any happy birthdays or Merry Christmases from anyone. Then I got pregnant, and now suddenly Nana started messaging me asking about how I was and that she loves me.
No, no, do not let this woman crawl back into your life.
I didn't really talk to her at first, but after talking to my husband, I decided I would allow our children the chance to see that side of the family. Since having my daughter, Nana has come over a few minutes to see her and even informs me a little about what my dad is up to. She says stuff to me like, maybe you should call your dad. Like I'm the one in the wrong. I told her if he really wanted to get a hold of me, there are ways like swallowing his pride and asking Nana to call on her phone. I know he'll never do it. But what I know is that we have full episodes of stories just like this one on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app. Just search Storytime.
Dude, I just don't understand why you would put your daughter through this.
Yeah, I don't know. It just feels like, Nana is probably more interested in having a relationship with this new granddaughter.
New family member?
Yeah, rather than the one that's pregnant with the new family member.
I hate it when we read stories like this and it's just, you did wrong. Stop.
Yeah. It's just like so many double standards, so little self-awareness.
Yes.
And it's just very frustrating and toxic, but there is a little bit more. Now, it's been over 2 years since I last spoke to my dad, and I just found out that he had another child with his wife, a little baby girl.
Aww.
Now, I'm feeling weird because my husband keeps telling me that one day this little girl is going to want to meet me. I don't know if I should slowly open up some communication between me and my dad so that not only for my daughter to get to know her grandpa, but for my half sister to know me. So, am I the a-hole for cutting off communication, and should I try making things work? And that is the end of the story.
Let us know what you think in the comments.
Yeah.
My thoughts, I know it's probably important for your daughter to have their grandpa in their life.
Mm-hmm.
Me growing up, my dad's side of the family wasn't the best, so we'd only see him like once or twice a year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Having a relationship like with a grandpa is a great thing that everyone should have and deserves. But I mean, if this grandpa is not the best person, and there's like, if you're afraid to like confront him about things and get him angry, then that's not really someone you would want around your kids. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think you probably know what the best would be for your child. So just go with that. You don't have to stick with like, oh, what should happen in a family, because there should be ways that a dad should act. Yeah. But that's not happening. You know what I mean? So you don't need to worry about all of that stuff, but definitely not the a-hole at all. At all.
Not at all. And keep your child safe.
Exactly.
That's the end of that story.
That's the end. We got some more coming up for you.
I don't want to reconnect with my family, but their health is declining.
Oh, well, now's the time.
For some context, my mother has narcissistic personality disorder. She was married to another man when she met my father. As soon as it was legally allowed after her divorce, my parents were married. By the way, this comes from Stringy Theories. If you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OKStorytime subreddit. So growing up, it seemed that the rest of my immediate family spent most of our time making sure my mother was happy. I was an undiagnosed autistic and ADHD child who tended to struggle in grade school. My younger sister was the golden child. My mother always wanted a daughter, and my sister was her personal Barbie doll. I grew up in an environment where our outward appearance of a perfect family unit was of paramount importance to maintain. And my being a somewhat troublesome child with bad grades didn't help. When I was 14, my father lost his job. He was unable to find another one throughout the remainder of my teenage years. Around this time, my mother decided that since he was at home anyways, he should remodel the house for her. So he began to remodel the house. Ooh. First, it started with redoing the secondary bathroom, mine and my sister's. For the rest of my time in that house, I never had a bathroom. And when I had to use one in the middle of the night, I had to go to a hospital, which was like a quarter of a mile down the road, and use their public bathroom.
Wow.
I could not use the master bathroom in my parents' room because it woke up my mother the one time I tried. Before we finished the bathroom, my mom decided she wanted to remodel the kitchen. Before we finished that, she wanted a new entryway. She would keep getting new ideas for new projects before finishing the previous ones. And by the time I was 18, there was something like 7 unfinished projects. At some point, my bedroom became the room that most of the construction stuff was stored in, so my mom didn't have to look at it.
Matilda.
Yeah, modern day Matilda right here. Oh my gosh.
Dang.
This is so sad. I slept on the couch from about 15 until I left for college. And because I was young and male, I always helped my father with all these projects. As soon as I turned 18, I went to school and I did everything I could to never come home. Because every time I did, I was put to work helping with my dad continue this dawn remodeling project. I made really poor grades in high school and was constantly berated for it. Now as an adult who understands that my basic needs weren't met, I still have a deep resentment for the loss of my childhood.
Oh, man.
I mean, fair.
Yeah, that's tough, man.
You had to sleep with all the tools.
I
with
know,
the
that's
jackhammer.
ridiculous that they would just put it in his room. It's
With
like,
the ladders.
there are other places to do that, ma'am.
I recognize that my sister also had a bit of a difficult life. Not only for growing up in the same environment I did, even if she didn't have to help her father, but also because she was always infantilized and wound up growing into a person who never really could do anything for herself.
Dang.
As a child, she learned that she would get attention from adults and men by speaking in superlatives, complimenting constantly, and generally love bombing. As an adult, this comes off initially as her being incredibly sweet, if a bit forward. But over time, you begin to notice that everything is, "This is the best thing I've ever had. You're the most amazing cook." Or, "Oh my gosh, you're so pretty. I can't imagine anyone prettier than you." Stuff like that.
Interesting.
And after a short while, to anyone with any depth at all, it all begins to feel disingenuous.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this tends to mean that my sister has a history of attracting a bunch of lovesick boys who don't know what real affection means and who will wait in the wings until it's their turn. In one spectacular breakup, when her ex wanted to see other girls while she went away to medical school, she got a new boyfriend within the day. And this man would eventually become her husband.
Wow.
My sister and her husband eventually became doctors. Oh, wow. My brother-in-law had the unfortunate duty to pronounce his father had passed when he walked into a rather gruesome scene at his father's house.
Oh.
I won't go into details, but his father's passing was natural. But it was a bad way to go. My
Dang.
brother-in-law walked into the horrific scene and had to spend years in therapy to process how his father passed.
Wow.
From that moment forward, he suffered from pretty major depression. Cut to the panty demi. My sister and her husband, both doctors, are running themselves ragged. My brother-in-law lost 7 patients in a week and wanted to quit medical school.
Oh.
I feel like this is a justified reaction to trauma. Dang.
Yeah, wow.
My sister began to go on hours-long drives in the middle of the night with no explanation other than she enjoyed the drives. Eventually, my sister serves her ex-husband with divorce papers. My wife and I got a call while we were 5 hours away on vacation in another city. We packed him up immediately and drove to them. When we got home, we heard what had happened from my sister. My wife took my sister to stay with us, while I went to go check on my brother-in-law to make sure he was going okay. Until his sister got there, my family all thought I had chosen my brother-in-law over my sister when I repeatedly made it clear I wasn't choosing sides. Yeah, I was taking care of my brother-in-law because his whole support network was just dissolved from underneath him, while my sister had a ton of people to help her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Men's mental health awareness. It's crazy. No one's like, you took sides. No, he's just making sure everyone's good. The sister's good.
Right.
He's going to check on the brother-in-law.
It's like, well, you guys took sides then if you all went to the sister.
Yeah, but OP's a villain in the parents' eyes. So no matter what OP does, even if he cures 1,000 people from blindness, he's going to get hate comments like Mr. Beast did.
Dang, like Mr. Beast did. So he said
he saved 1,000 people from blindness, and people were like, "You're just doing this for views."
Dang,
I know.
it's harsh.
After it became apparent that my sister had been having an affair, that's what all those long drives were for.
Of course.
It was looking for any semi-legitimate reason to cut ties. Cut to my parents both doing everything possible to try and bring me over to their side. I realized after a while that they had to support my sister because they'd been hypocrites if they didn't, and my sister knew it. They tried to use cherry-picked versions of the Bible to come up with a twisted Christian argument. Ugh. They tried to say that I was destroying the family by helping my brother-in-law over my own sister. They even tried to use the fact that my own wife was divorced, a situation that is no way similar to this one, and tried to do the same, and tried to say that these situations were the same. And by the way, if you want to hear more crazy stories like this, please check us out on your favorite podcast platform. Just look up OK Storytime. Check us out. One thing I hate the most is whenever Christians come up in these stories and they do this BS. Because I'm like, dude, you don't even read the Bible.
Yeah.
You don't even know who, Jesus is at this point. Because, despicable.
Yeah, that stuff's hard. Because then it gives, Christianity such a bad rap, too, it seems.
But I would say go no contact with his family.
Yeah.
None of them are good. Seems like they're just, ugh.
Honestly, yeah. Everyone is like they're choosing sides with you and the rest of the siblings. And it's just, and then everything is on you. Like they're not valuing you like they should.
Oh, absolutely not.
Very hard to experience.
I doubt you. OP's a doctor too. And I think it doesn't help that the sister's a doctor and they're just like, oh, OP.
Oh, yeah. Right. It's like, well, she's a doctor. Or, well, she has these accomplishments. What do you have? And he's like, I have all these accomplishments. And they're like, it could be better.
You're not a doctor.
Could be better. But,
goodness
dang.
Gracious.
Yeah.
After that, everything was shattered. Eventually, time passed and I gave the obligatory calls at my major holidays and birthdays. I went to my sister's wedding with the dude whom she was having the affair. I still didn't support their union, but I went if not only caused the drama that my absence would have caused, but otherwise, I would have been no contact. Over the last several years, I have gone to therapy, done a lot of growing up, and over the years, it appears that my family has done no growth at all. My mother and father have seemed to be going through mental decline. They're getting older, and unfortunately, during the pandemic, they got into some bad conspiracies. It feels like I've been watching the people I thought I knew slip into decline, but everything went south. I'm not sure if I knew them in the first place. I believe the facade they put for the rest of the world, when the mask was shattered, I found out what was underneath, and I still see the cracks. 2 days ago, I found out from my aunt, my sister suspects my mother has early symptoms of Alzheimer's. She couldn't remember how to put a trash bag into the trash can and had to ask my dad. Alzheimer's runs in her family. Her mother and her 2 aunts had it. I found this information to be confirmation of what I had already suspected for years. I feel like I've already mourned the loss of my parents in the last couple of years away from them and the toxic environment I grew up in has been the most healing years of my life. So much so that every time I have to think about interacting with my family, I literally have to spend all day mentally and emotionally preparing for the event. Am I the a-hole for not wanting to reach out to the family that has caused me so much trauma in what could be the final few months of my mom's life? And I'm going to go with a no.
Yeah.
You can write them a letter if you want to, but you don't owe them anything.
Yeah. Because, I mean, at this point, you know, it's like, if they're mentally declining, then it's like I don't know how much, like, healing or whatever that you'll, like, get from them.
Yeah.
You know, and they're not really going to, like, change out of the situation, out of the conversation. No. So, it would all just be for you. So I think just, like, do whatever
would heal you the most.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree.
Yeah, whatever would heal you the most.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's the end of that story.
That's the end.
Let us know what you think. And that's the end of the episode.
That's the end of the episode.
So, if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
And see you tomorrow.